Good evening. Today for my ESPS 1003 AT1 Research Design Appraisal, I will be looking at the third journal article, the effectiveness of BFR or blood flow restriction on training for basketball athletes. The research design I have concluded is experimental design or specifically true experimental design with a pre-test, post-test and a control group. The participants of the research were 20 elite basketball players, each of whom had 9.6 plus or minus 2.3 years of experience with the sport. 17 completed the research, 12 male, 5 female, all of which again had 5.1 plus or minus 1.1 years of strength training experience as well. The metrics that were measured in particular were the oscillatory pulse and arterial resistance pressure. This was specifically used for the implementation of the intervention, which was the blood flow restriction with the placebo group as well as the BFR group. Height, body mass, and the sum of 8 skin folds, as listed here, were taken as just body mass indications. Additionally, each athlete gave testing on explosive power, specifically counter movement jump height, 1 RM max on back squat and conventional deadlift, as well as bench press and prone row. In addition, all athletes also tested 5, 10, and 20-meter sprints. The procedures used. So the test included a 4-week program where athletes would go through their regular three sessions per week, focusing on maximal strength and speed strength, which is their regular program, as well as the BFR group, both the placebo and the BFR group, were introduced to a new 4-week program focusing on low resistance BFR and low volume training. 2 days prior to undergoing this 4-week program, as well as after going through the program, at the same time, with the same intervals and resting periods, each athlete gave the exercise tests that were mentioned above, so as to reduce the number of differences there may have been between each testing period. The BFR group had cuffs on during each exercise, so did the placebo group. The BFR group had their cuffs at 60% of their individual restriction pressure, while the placebo group only at 20%. Strengths of the research design. The usage of multiple other research sources to ensure validity of the methods and the measures being taken. This was given throughout the research design or research article with multiple peer review studies as well as methods being cited as their sources. There was the use of a placebo group, relative standardization of participants in terms of experience with both the sport and the familiarity with exercise, with physical exercise and training, as well as the overall body metrics of each athlete. There was great lengths taken to standardize the pre and post test conditions, time of completion, order of completion, consistent test periods, etc. In terms of limitations, obviously this is a very small scope of athletes who are completing the program, with only 17 finishing in the end. There's also a very biased difference in gender, with 12 male versus 5 female. Additionally, there was only one trial phase, so there may be weakness with applying this to longer testing periods or over multiple trials. This also only employs a very hyper-specific demographic of players for research, being elite players with nearly 10 years of experience in the sport and nearly 5 to 6 years of experience with exercise strength. In terms of suitability, the study takes into consideration that this is a more specialized training method which can yield superior results in particular scenarios. And for that particular purpose, which the study also understands and accepts, I believe that the suitability is fairly good.